The idea of drafting women into the armed forces is again rearing its ugly head. Recently, in a closed hearing by the Senate Armed Forces Committee, a review of the National Defense Authorization Act was performed for fiscal year 2022. They're considering making draft registration for women again. They wanted to do it in 2016, but the idea was dropped on the floor of the House of Representatives when it came up for a vote. Now, it is only logical that the first step toward such a draft is by requiring that women register, just as men have to. Back in the day, the John Birch Society was telling people that the steps that were being taken would lead to the drafting of women, and we received a lot of criticism for this. The problem is that too many people cannot think logically and foresee what lies ahead when certain steps are proposed. If women are equal in everything, then they're going to be required to do things which beforehand were only required of men, such as serving in combat. It's that simple. The John Birch Society has warned the people over and over again that the government had a plan to draft women into combat, and we were chastised for saying such outrageous things. The earliest we warned the people of this program was in 1972, when we opposed the Equal Rights Amendment. We warned that for women to be equal under the law, it meant they would be open to tasks heretofore only performed by men, such as military service. The Equal Rights Amendment required Congress to treat women exactly the same as men with regard to the draft. A legal interpretation by the Yale Law Journal stated that, quote, women will serve in all kinds of units, and they will be eligible for combat duty, unquote. Yale also said women would have, quote, neither the right to privacy nor any unique physical characteristics justifies different treatment of the sexes, unquote. As we move away more and more from a masculine society, become more feminized, then women will be serving in combat. For centuries, it's been the role of the male to protect the hearth and home, not the women or the children. In the end, even the children will be trained to serve in combat. Don't forget that totalitarian regimes such as Germany put the very young children into combat as the war ground down. The Supreme Court has not weighed into all of these matters, by the way. Government has little respect for people, whether they're men, women, or children. They will do many things in the name of each of the sexes and age groups in order to gain power over the people. But when it comes right down to it, they have no respect for them. Look at what they're teaching our children in government schools. Look at what we are supposed to tolerate in the way of sexual preferences, and so forth. The breakdown of civilization is happening before our very eyes, and is being done in the name of tolerance and equality. If you don't want your daughters to march off to war, then perhaps you should let your congressman know that it's unacceptable for women to register for the draft or be drafted.